Haunted Salem presents Haunted's Strange Tales, Episode 4, Mystery Scratches and Ghost Bites. Have you ever woken up in the morning to find strange and unexplained scratches or bruises on your body and in places you couldn't have reached yourself? Well, even if you haven't, millions of others have. In fact, there are internet forums where people describe the phenomenon and desperately appeal for explanations and help. In most cases, the scratches are mild and disappear in a day or two, and the vast majority of these cases never get medically reported, as the sufferer usually convinces themselves that they are somehow self-inflicted. Others attribute the injuries to bug bites, allergic reactions, or even something that happened during the day that they failed to notice at that time. Usually, the incident is forgotten as soon as the bruises vanish or the scratches fade. However, persistent sufferers go to great lengths to rule out these possibilities. There have been cases of sufferers wearing gloves to bed, fumigating their houses, and even taking full medical allergy tests, all to no avail. In one case, a woman went to the extreme length of having a friend watch her while she slept, and she still woke up with new bruises and scratches. According to her friend, nothing strange happened except for a period when the victim tossed and turned restlessly for about 15 minutes. Doctors try to put forward rational explanations for this condition, such as a skin disease, but most of these thoroughly fail to convince those that have actually experienced it happening to them. The strange phenomenon has persisted through the centuries, and in the past have been explained by demons, having a devil on your back, goblin fury, divine punishments, and even encounter with incubi or succubi. In some cases, the victims report that in addition to the scratches and bruises, they have other more disturbing injuries. But are they self-inflicted? Now, you often hear of ghosts that physically hurt the living. They are often physically aggressive. They hit, bite, and scratch certain individuals for seemingly no reason at all. These behaviors are fairly common from what I have found out from many others over the years in the paranormal community. Televisions do not play up the fact that these situations are what many people express as what a real haunting is all about. The real fear of ghosts is not just seeing one, but afraid of what they can and will do to you. Being attacked by someone alive is bad enough, but when unseen entities physically harm you in some way, the mental state, it puts you in a very unnerving situation. It happens for different reasons with different ghosts and under different circumstances at different locations. The literature suggests that biting may be a normal development phase for infants and toddlers, with virtually no long-lasting development significance. Once a child turns 3 years old, however, biting may indicate other behavioral problems, especially if the biting incidents are frequent. Because of the developmental nature of most biting, experts stress that biting is not something to blame on a child, parent, or teachers. Stress communication skills is usually the answer to why this occurs, and when a ghost does this to a living being, then it is apparent that the haunted soul is in such a state. Just because a ghost bites you or scratches you does not mean that it is the ghost of a small child, state many psychic mediums and ghost channelers aggression behavior problems. Do as we are aware of the date carried over beyond the grave. A ghost will hit you, strike you, and even sexually molest you. Many often think or believe this is because of the fact that it is strong desires of the ghost and the only way some of them know how to communicate. You must consider that a ghost is in the stunted emotional development, and nonverbal communication might be the only resource this particular ghost you come across has to openly contact you. Now, the 6 reasons why ghosts bite are attention. A ghost of any age sometimes bite to get attention. When real ghosts are in situations, they are not receiving enough positive attention, so they look for the negative attention. Imitation. Many ghosts do love to imitate others. Watching others and trying to let them know that they are around, they show their presence to a haunted location. Sometimes, as we all do, ghosts see others bite and decide to try it out for themselves. Territory. Some believe that real ghosts are trying so hard to show possession of a location. Learning to do things independently, making choices, and needing control over a situation are part of a haunting. Biting is a very powerful way to control others. Frustration. You have to realize that a ghost, as being what it is, experiences a lot of frustration. Being dead is a real struggle. Consider this: when they can't find a way to make people hear their words to express their feelings, they resort to hitting, pushing, or biting. Stress. A real ghost world can be stressful too. A lack of daily routine, interesting things to do, or interactions with loved ones, or just another human being are stressful situations for the dead. And last, sexual biting. Many also be considered a living person's fetish and not associated with ghosts openly. The feeling of actual human teeth during oral sex, love biting, or nipples, or fingers, toes, chest, shoulders, neck, inner thighs, and so forth. There have been over many years of stories of haunted individuals having these things occur to them in the course of paranormal activity they witness and personally experience. So, biting, scratching, and kicking is considered an age appropriate behavior and reaction for children 2.5 years and younger. This is why so many believe the ghosts that bite you to be of this age. Conversely, children above this age have verbal skills to explain their needs and dislikes, and biting is not age appropriate. Biting may be prevented by methods including redirection, changing the environment, and responding to biting by talking about appropriate ways to express anger and frustration.